let's create an emergency address so we can have a better understanding of what we're talking about. Okay, so to do that, you go back to the Teams Admin Center. Okay. Oh, now we are in the Teams Admin Center. So you go to locations, right? Locations, and then emergency addresses. And as you can see here, emergency address is a civic address, which is a physical street address of a place of business for your organization, and blah 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 blah. Right, so let's go ahead and create one. So you click on add, and then you give it a name. Let's say main office -HQ, and you have to select a country. This is supposed to be US, so I'll select US. Now look at this. I can search for my address here. Okay, so if you go to your civic address, you can just go ahead and search for it here. It will populate, so you can just go ahead and select it from the list of available addresses that will populate. Okay, so I am lucky to have my own populate here, so I'll just go ahead and select it. Right, and you can acknowledge this. This is just to be sure that you understand how emergency calling, emergency address works when it comes to Microsoft Teams. If you like, you can print this, or suggest cancel. I'm going to cancel this for now. Right, so let's assume we are not going to create this now. I want to show you something first. So the name of our emergency address here is main office -HQ. We'll go ahead and then select the country. There are two ways through which you can enter the address. You can either search for it as we did earlier, or you enter the address manually. Okay, so now if you want to input the address manually, you just turn this on. So here you would have to enter the street number, street name, city, your state, zip code, blah blah blah. Now you have longitude, latitude as well, that's supposed to be entered, and then which is the emergency location identification number. This is actually a 10-digit DID number you acquire from your local exchange. We will talk about this in a separate video, right? So now, how do you get the latitude and then the longitude here? So let's say I have my address that I want to enter into this particular fields here, but then I do not know the latitude or longitude, so I want to get. So to get that, you just go to maps.bin.com. So let's do that. Let's go to maps.bin.com. And then you can get the latitude and longitude of your location from there. So I will just enter my location details and search for this. Now you can just scroll down here, and this is your latitude and longitude, as you can see here. Let's go back to the Teams Admin Center and continue our configuration. Right, so when you are done, you just acknowledge same, and then you go ahead with that print, so you cancel. So I'm just going to cancel this again, and I will go back. Remember, we said the LN here is known as emergency location identification number, a 10-digit number you acquire from your local exchange carriers, right? So I'm just going to now go ahead and create this main office HQ, country to the US. Now I can just jump some of these things, but then I want you to really understand what we are doing here. That is how come we are going step by step, trying to explain every single thing we are doing. Okay, then I'll go ahead and save my emergency location. Okay, so our emergency address have been created successfully. Let me show you this as well. The search option or the automated way of adding your address is not available in every country, depending on the addressing system of the country. For instance, when we take a country like Ghana, you will not see the search option for you to search your location. Okay, so let's say test, and here we want to do this in Ghana. So as you can see, unlike in the case of the US, where we have the option to either search or input the address manually, we do not have that option in the case of Ghana. Let's also check a country like Afghanistan. You see there is no such option, so beware of this when you are creating emergency addresses as well. Now we have at least one emergency address, and we can now go ahead and get phone numbers for our users and Auto Attendants, call queues, and the rest. Don't go anywhere. We have a lot more.